Before the rise of Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master Rahm Kota was perhaps the most wanted Jedi following Order 66, and was considered among the most dangerous Jedi alive. He was deemed this dangerous by Darth Vader as well as Darth Sidious, and Rahm Kota believed himself that he was the only Jedi left in the galaxy capable of defeating Darth Vader in single combat. This was of course until the arrival of Galen Marek, the apprentice, codenamed Starkiller. However, although the story of Rahm Kota is very famous, I want to talk about the origins of this famous Jedi, and the Jedi that would eventually sway Starkiller Galen Marek to the light side of the Force, and one of the most notable Jedi of the Rebellion era. So today we'll take an in-depth look at the story of Rahm Kota, but specifically why he hated a specific faction of the Republic, those being the clones that fought during the Clone Wars era of the Republic, and why this hatred ultimately led to a reason why Rahm Kota survived Order 66. Jedi Master Rahm Kota is an extremely interesting case for the Jedi Order, in the sense that he was not taken to the Jedi Temple at birth like most Jedi younglings are. Instead, Rahm Kota had to eventually earn his keep at the temple. Rahm Kota was born on a planet torn apart by war, and as a result of this, from the age of 10 years old on, he fought in the trenches of his home world during this great conflict. Eventually, a Jedi Master was sent to the world to end this long-suffering conflict. That Jedi Master's name was Mace Windu. It was then discovered that Rahm Kota was Force sensitive, but Force sensitive enough to be brought to the Jedi Temple despite him being 18 years old at the time. Mace Windu sensed greatness in the boy, and hoped that he could quell this inner hatred and rage that was within him, fearing that he would one day turn to the dark side without the aid of the Jedi. When Rahm Kota arrived at the Jedi Temple, he was given special training directly by Grandmaster Yoda himself, a privilege among the Jedi, as again they all sensed great promise in Rahm Kota, but also that he was quick to anger. Because of this, Rahm Kota would make few friends among the other Jedi. However, he had the respect of all of them. After Rahm Kota was deemed a Jedi Knight, he came into constant conflict with the High Council, with Kota believing they were too lenient on criminals and other scum of the galaxy. However, even the Jedi High Council respected Rahm Kota a great deal. As other assignments that Jedi were too fearful to take, Rahm Kota would jump at the opportunity to serve the Republic and the Jedi, and their faith that he was always going to be a faithful and dutiful Jedi was never shaken at all. Many people did not like Rahm Kota, but all people respected him. Because of this, Rahm Kota continued to hone his skill in lightsaber combat and combative gifts of the Force, as Rahm Kota was a warrior at heart, but a warrior of the light. This is why during the Clone Wars he was made one of the top generals of the Jedi Order. But again, he came into conflict with the Jedi High Council, the reason being he refused to even work with the clone troopers in any capacity. The reasons for this stating that Rahm Kota believed that a clone trooper could not be as creative or intelligent enough to fight alongside him as a non-clone, and despite the Jedi High Council on several occasions attempting to convince Rahm Kota that the clone troopers were indeed fit to fight, Rahm Kota refused to fight alongside them. Instead, Rahm Kota trained his own militia of fighters, comprised completely of non-clone troopers. Rahm Kota could also sense something within the clone troopers that many of the other Jedi couldn't, with me personally speculating because Rahm Kota had some affinity with the dark side of the Force, he could see the dark side at play in other clone troopers and other Jedi, while most Jedi Masters could not. Again, the exact same reason why I believe Mace Windu sensed there was a larger plot to destroy the Jedi, while others did not. Nonetheless, Rahm Kota believed that the clone troopers were unnatural and was disgusted by them. Rahm Kota was in fact one of the few Jedi that predicted the total collapse of the Jedi Order and the Republic, and because of this foresight, he allowed himself to prepare, again preparing his militia for this collapse. That is why when Order 66 went down and Emperor Palpatine revealed himself as a Sith Lord, Rahm Kota was ready. When Order 66 was initiated, Rahm Kota's initial reaction was to fight. However, he realized that he would have a greater role to play later down the line in the galaxy, and took his militia and fled into the Outer Rim, going into hiding. In official Imperial records, Rahm Kota was labeled as deceased among the Empire. In truth though, Lord Vader knew full well that Rahm Kota had survived, but wanted to increase his own power in the dark side of the Force before before facing a warrior like Rahm Kota, and therefore bid his time, allowing Rahm Kota to escape for the time being. But that is why Jedi Master Rahm Kota absolutely hated the clone troopers, calling them disgusting, and refusing to fight alongside them, a decision that would ultimately save his life. But what are your guys' thoughts on this and Rahm Kota's decision? And did you know this before this video? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.